Hello everyone. Going to be doing another fuel mileage test video today. This is going to be my first kind of highway and a little bit of freeway trip with the truck. Very excited to see how it does, so I want to document this right away. I've reset my trip A. This is going to measure the gallon use, so we'll be able to get a difference between gallons of fuel and the mileage and the miles compared to the average fuel economy over the trip. See if there's a difference there, and if so, what that is. I'm going to back out of this, go into the economy. You can see I've been averaging 14.3. That's since my last video, which was 14.2, and this is all pretty much town driving, again, going down to the grocery store, dropping the kids off, going to work. Just real world driving. So I've been very impressed with it. I'm going to go ahead and reset that right now, and then start the trip. Pull out of the parking lot here, so the mileage will be a little bit low right away. I'm going to go ahead and reset. This is a about 150 mile round trip. Here we go. We're moving. It's gravel parking lot, so it's going to be a little bumpy. I'm going to check back in as we go along here. So. All right, here's my first update on this. I am we'll say 23 miles into my trip here. It's been all highway driving. Now, there has been a little bit of construction, so with the traffic, I've been going anywhere between 40 and 60, 65. According to the Trip A calculator, I'm at 1 gallon of fuel used for an overall average of 21.5 miles a gallon. Let's go down to the fuel economy here. 21.9. It's been right between 17 at the lowest and 23 or so at the highest for the instant average. Okay, that's this update. We'll check back here in a bit. Hello everyone. Second update here on this first road trip. Right now I'm on the freeway. I'm going, somewhere 65 to 75, depending if there's a little bit of traffic here. But you can see, and I'll just kind of keep the camera here for a little bit. I mean, I'm still averaging above 20 miles a gallon. And generally, the instant fuel economy has been above the average. So I imagine the average will start to pull up a little bit here. But yeah, cruising at 65 to 70, right around 70 miles an hour, running at just around 1500 RPMs. I'm not on cruise control because of the traffic, so I am, kind of on and off the throttle a little bit, but just really impressed with this initial run here. Even running 20 miles a gallon at 70 miles an hour, and there is a little bit of a wind, kind of a quartering wind that I'm driving into too. It is just really impressive in a 1-ton truck with an 8-foot box. The truck weighs 8,000 pounds or some crazy thing like that, so really impressive. Hello everyone, another freeway check-in here. There's a little bit of traffic. Speed limit right now is 55. Traffic is going between 60 and 65. Still with that headwind, kind of driving into a side headwind here. Here's what we're running right now. You can see we're just above 60 miles an hour, running good RPMs at 1400, between 13 and 1400. 20.4 average. You can see that the instant is pretty much always above that, so the 20.4 is being pulled up. It was actually pretty well over 21. It was 21.6 or so for a while. Then I exited and had some traffic and had to idle a little bit while I picked up some stuff to put in the bed. So it dropped down to 20, and now it's on its way back up. But you can see the instant is pretty consistently right over that. So yep, looking forward to it. Wouldn't be surprised if we get back up to 21 by the time we exit the freeway here and back on the highway. All right, just pulling back into the parking lot here. My trip is over. Once I get the wheel turned, you'll be able to see. Sorry for the bumpy, it's a gravel parking lot. Mileage, average mileage decreased a bit here to 19.4 to round the trip out. You know, it was up to 20.8, and then I hit some construction traffic and a little bit of hilly terrain, and then pulling, into the parking lot here, I think it decreased it a bit. So that kind of wraps up the first, highway commute with this. Let's check and see what the trip A turned out to be. 6.9 gallons of fuel use, 135, we'll say, miles, and this calculation is 19.3 miles to the gallon. So, look, let's say 19 miles to the gallon for a real world commute of about 35 miles through construction traffic, through traffic on the freeway, to exiting the freeway, parking lots, stoplights. I think that's excellent. Never would have seen that in my 2007 Ram. Granted, that was a manual transmission, a little higher gearing, lower gear ratio, sorry, but again, I think this is excellent. So, as always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or comments, please share them. Thanks.